Hello, my sweet and lovely people. We thank God May is here. Now we are in May. This is the time to plant our seedlings. If you have any pepper seedlings hiding in your greenhouse or inside somewhere in your kitchen, this is the time to bring them out. In today's video, I will show you how to plant your seedlings. So I'm going straight to the greenhouse to bring some seedlings out so that I can show you how to plant them. So please watch me. Have fun and learn how to do your own organic garden. But before then, let me show you some of the stuff in my garden. These are the sweet peas. They are having the sweet peas now, and a lot. Look at how big they are now. I have some on this side too. They've grown a lot. On this side, I have a lot of them. And I have some of the broccoli growing out here. Yeah, the small broccoli that I planted over here. Look at how they've grown. I'll go to the other side and show you the broccoli I planted on the other side. Everything is growing. The spinach are growing, the green onions are growing, the lettuce are growing. Everything looks beautiful in the garden. The strawberries are still wrapping a lot. And these are the potatoes. I'm waiting for some weeks so that I can take them out. This is the garlic and they are still growing. I will harvest the garlic soon. And my grapes plant is still growing too. I want to show you something here. This is the blackberry plant that I bought. And guess what? I have blackberry coming out here. It's still green. You can see it from here, yeah. It's still green. This is the plant I bought about a month ago. And there is blackberry on it. I'm waiting for it to turn to black. It's still growing. And the apple tree is right here. Oh, look at the blueberries. Ooh, the blueberries. They also have some fruit. Oh. So this year, I can't wait to have more fruit. Yeah. Oh, this broccoli is still here with more seed. But guess what? The birds are already eating the seed. See, they already took the seed out. Oh God. I have to wait for this seed to dry up so that I can get it. But the bird has already eaten it. They started already eating it. Oh, I have to find out what to do to prevent them to eat all my seed, because I have to save them and plant them next year. I have some onions right here. These onions are from seed. I'm still trying onions, yeah, from seed. They don't work better for me, but I can't stop it. I just want to keep doing it till I get it well done. So I'm still trying. Yeah, I transplant those. They were really tiny and they are growing big now. So these are from seed. These onions are from seed. So I'll keep showing you how big they will be growing. On this side, I have some sunflowers coming out here. Actually, I didn't plant this. I think the seed from last year, some of the seed from last year just started germinating and they came out. So I will transplant them because I don't want them at the middle of the garden. So I will line them up all the way down on these bricks, as at the back of these bricks. Oh, look at this. These are the broccoli trees I want to show you guys. If you can remember, in one of my videos I planted these broccolis and they were really tiny, and look at them now. I'm still waiting that I'll harvest a big broccoli from this plant, because I've tried broccolis too, even though I have a harvest, but I can't have the big harvest. So I'm trying it till I have the time I'll have the big harvest. So look at how big they are now. And this cocoyam is growing too. There's another one that came up. All these are from last year. Over here are tiger nut. Last year I planted some tiger nut. Our people will call it atadri. Atadri. I planted them last year. And then the squirrels, they can take it out and eat it. But the rest that was able to survive, yeah, I didn't plant them again, but they just came out. I think some of the roots, yeah, are still on the ground, so they started coming out. So all these are tiger nut. These are some pots that I brought out because the squirrels were eating everything in the greenhouse, and I tried to nest some of the stuff out here because it's spring. And I look at the seedlings. These are garden eggs or eggplants. The seed have started coming out. And I have this. It's outside. I just put a plastic on the bucket to prevent the wind, and it looks like when you do that, it turns like it's greenhouse, and you put it that way so that the cold cannot go in there. This is how I kept it, and you can see they already germinated. Look at it. And I have one over here too. Let me open it and see what is going on in there. Yeah, all these are eggplant because the eggplant I kept in the greenhouse, they already messed it up, so I did a new one. So all these are eggplant. I have cocoyam that are nested in this bucket, and I covered it with plastic too. It's coming out too. It's growing. Let me check on this one. Oh, nothing is coming out here. Check on that. Okay. Let me go ahead and check on this one. This is like greenhouse. Okay, there's nothing growing in here, but I put some sweet potatoes in here. And I have bricks lined up all over here. I try to, in each hole in the brick, I try to plant some spinach and some lettuce in here. This is the first time I'm doing this. I used to plant the tomatoes in the bricks. I'm trying to see what they will do. I have a kale. This is kale. You can use it for salad. You can use it to cook. It's a kale, and I planted this years ago. So every spring they will come up. And I have some of them right there. These are the potatoes that are planted in the pot. They are also growing. I just want to compare these ones in the pot to the one that are planted on the ground to see which one will have more harvest. Oh, look at the skulls. They already have making holes in here and they want to eat it. Oh God. Sometimes you need to put hard work in this garden and the skulls will not allow you to harvest what you want to harvest. It's a bit a bit sad. But what can we do? We keep doing it because it's fun to plant. To me, it's fun to do garden. And all this place I'm gonna plant, that's where I'll plant my okra. I prepare over here. So today I will plant okra all over here, and I have some pepper seedlings that I will plant over here too. Here I planted some squash around here. I planted them so that when they grow up they will go through this fence. And I thought the bird ate my seed, but thank God today I came out and saw that it's growing. I have this squash all around here, and this is pumpkin too. Yeah, this type of pumpkin you can use it to cook. Yeah, I bought it from the farmers market and I took the seed out to plant it. So let's see how it will grow. Yeah, I want them to grow around the fence. So this is one more thing I wanted to show you. And all over here I'll do some beans over here around the fence. That's what I do. And this is one of the squash right here. After I harvest all these sweet peas over here, then I'll plant my beans over there. I have watermelon over here growing together with the potatoes. I threw this seed. I just threw them and they are growing. Yeah, I didn't really plant them. I just threw them inside the sun. With these are some of the squash seed too. So since these are like 3 plants, I will take some of them out, about 2 of them, and plant it somewhere else. I'll just leave one over here. And you can see there are some of the watermelon seed, about 2 of them right here. I'll do the same thing. I'll take one out and plant it somewhere else. So when I'm planting, I'll show you how I do plant those seeds too, those seedlings. I have some under see because I threw them, so I have one under this potato plant, but I'll take it out and plant it somewhere. Here we are in the greenhouse. I have some of the pepper seedlings out here in this big pot, and I want to uproot them and go to the garden to plant them out there. I have some over here too. And I have some garden eggs. I have some of the garden eggs right here. And this is what I'm doing this evening. I'll plant all of them. So let me show you how to upload your seedlings. This is the pepper seedlings I want to plant. So before you uproot it, don't just pull it out like that. If you pull it out, they can break. So make sure you use your finger around the roots and dig out the soil before you pull it out. See, so that you have all the roots on the plant. They can really break easily, and when they break in a pot, you can plant it without the roots. If you do your seedlings in a small pot, then you can just grab it and plant it. But this one I did it in a big pot and I can't carry that big pot, so I'll dig my finger. You see how I'm putting my finger under it, and when you lift it, you see all these seedlings out here. Then you can lift them like this. I want to put them here so that I can plant them. You can do the same thing to tomato seedlings, like anything that you do, any seedlings at all, you can do the same thing. I have one tomato plant over here. And I have to get it out from the root. Yeah, I have to be careful. I have the root right there. Yeah, this eggplant is in a small pot, so I'm gonna carry the whole pot with me to go and plant them. Just take them one by one and plant them. And I already got some pepper, enough to plant for today. Tomorrow I can still plant more, but this is what I want to plant today. Before I start planting, I need to get some water, and I kept this. It's kind of big barrel that I kept here to get a rainwater from my storage. I have gutter all the way. See, this is a gutter all around my storage. So I put this barrel here, then every rainwater that will come from the roof will just fall here. So trust me, I don't spend $1 on water that I use in my garden. And I have some water inside here already. So this is what I will do. I will use my small bucket to get the water, then I will go and plant with this water right here. That's rainwater, and that's what I use. I have this tank right here that I keep my rainwater inside. Yeah, so I can save it and use it when the sun is up and there is no rainfall. Then I can use this in my garden. So I don't really buy water. I have 2 of these to save water in the garden, like rainwater. So you can get one of these if you want to do your big garden, or the small barrel, the black one I showed you before, to get rain from your gutter at the back of your house, so that you can use it to water your plant. Yeah, this is one thing I do, and I save money in my garden. This is the pepper seedlings I want to plant, and I prepared this land to plant the pepper over here, but I wanted to try some of the potatoes, the single ones I took, so I plant them here, and I'm gonna plant the pepper in between the potatoes. The potatoes don't take long to grow, so I'll harvest them soon. So I want to plant my pepper over here. So that's how I can't find my hole. I don't know where I put my hole, so I will use this. Yeah, I can use this to plant also. So I will dig the soil. I put some mulch on the soil, so I have to get them away. I have to dig them out like this. And this is the soil that I'll plant the pepper inside. So what you do is to put a little bit water on it. A little bit water in the soil to soak it up. Because if you just put the water in here and plant, this water will not get inside, and then before tomorrow the sun come out, you see the plant dying. So you have to put the water, make sure it's soaked like that, then you can plant in here. Make sure you make a hole in there and dip all the roots inside there. Then after, you can put some of the mulch around your plant. So when it look like this, whenever you put water, the water will stay in there. So this is how I plant my pepper, and I'll do the same thing to tomatoes and garden eggs. I do the same thing. So if you're ready to plant and you don't know what to do, just follow this process and plant, and your plants will do good. I'll do another one right here. Dig the soil out. Like that. Over here the soil is a little bit hard, so I have to bring it out, mix it, and make it a little bit soft with the water before I can plant my pepper in there. Oh, there are some worms in here. Yes, the worms are good for the soil. This is a pepper plant that I planted with only 2 leaves. Yes, you can still plant them when they are this small. Don't worry, when your plants have only 2 leaves and it's May, you have to bring it out and plant. Don't leave them in the small pot and to grow little like a little bit bigger. I don't mind planting my seed with 2 leaves. It doesn't matter how small they are, I still plant them. When you plant them in single one in this place, then in the garden they can grow bigger. Within like a week or 2, you will see how they will grow and have more leaves than leaving them in the pot together with others. They can grow big. So don't worry, I have some big plant right here that I planted, and I still have these ones, but I don't mind. I still plant the 2 leaves and they will grow big no matter what, whether it's pepper, tomatoes, okra, they will still grow. You can plant them with 2 leaves. You see, this is making another leaves. So this is one tip I want to give you. On this side of the garden, that's where I want to plant my eggplant or garden eggs. I don't want to mix my pepper with the garden eggs, so I always plant them separate. I have a side of the garden that I plant my garden eggs, and the other side I plant the pepper. And make sure when you planting, you give it space. Like last night, I planted this eggplant over here. So if I want to plant another one, then I give it like 1-2 feet. Then I can plant the other one here. So that's what I will do. And if you want to move forward, you give it another 1-2 feet. Then I can plant the next one over here. So this is how I do it for my pepper too. When you plant them too close together, when they start growing big, then the branches will get together and you will not have more harvest because they don't have space to spread themselves. That's what I noticed when I started gardening. I used to plant them close together, and now I'm learning more. So I started doing this. When I give it more space, they do more, and they do well, and they give me more harvest. So when you planting, make sure at least from one of the plant to the next one, you give it about 2 feet. Yeah, with my boots I give it 2 feet. So it depends on what you're wearing, but it's the 2 feet. It should be okay from one plant to the other. So the same way I did to the pepper, if I have my 2 feet right here, then I'm gonna plant the other one here, and make sure they are on the same line. 2 feet on the other side and 2 feet on this side. Don't keep this side close together and give more space in here. No, it doesn't work that way. So let me get my water right here. And over here the soil is really good. So I'll put the water like I was showing you. Mix it like this. Make sure with the water and the soil is very soft like this. You don't have to plant in the sandy soil like this. No, don't plant in here. Your plant will die the next day. So make sure it's like this. Then you can plant in there, and after you can put some soil around it. So the inside is already soaked with water. Okay, just put a little bit water around it and you are good to go. So I'll do the same thing to the other ones. This is potato, sweet potato that are nested in a milk gallon. Yeah, because I saw the squirrels eating my stuff, so I just cut it. Yeah, and this gallon can serve as greenhouse too. When you cut it, you can just plant your seed or anything in there and cover it. So when you cover, sometimes you can even tape around it, and when it's inside there, it's like a greenhouse. So I have I think couple of these ones. You see the potatoes, they are out already. And I have this squash too, so I'll plant this. Since it's getting late now, I want to plant this squash in this pot. Then I'll plant that tomato seedlings, then I'm good to go. So I'll find the place around here where I'm planting my garden eggs to plant this squash. because when the gardeners grow up, the squash will be under it. The squash, this kind of squash is the one that grow like the watermelon, so they will be growing under the garden eggs, which is the eggplant. So I want to plant it here the same way I did today. Eggplant, I'll dig my hole, but this time I have only one plant in this pot, so I'll make sure I dig my hole very big so that I will get all the soil in the pot with the plant and put it in the big hole, so that I don't need to separate the soil from the plant. That's what I would do anytime I do nest my stuff in a pot, and it's the only one I don't need to get the soil out from the root. I'll just plant it together with the soil and they grow better that way. So that's what I will do today. It's getting late now, yeah, because I normally plant my stuff when the sun goes down. So now it's getting late, so I'll just get the soil out from the pot with the plant and put it right in there so that it can stay with the plant. Then put the soil that I dig out around the plant. This way I don't need to soak it, the soil, with water, because the roots of the plant is already growing in the soil that I put inside the hole. So I'll just spray water on it and that's it. Make sure you give it more water because it doesn't have any water in the soil, so make sure you give it more water and they will drain down there. So this is all I want to show you today. Thank you very much for watching me. Please keep watching my videos. Subscribe, please, if you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe so that anytime I put new videos, you will get a video and you can watch it and share it to friends and family. Thank you so much for your time.